filmmaker. So you're going to hear from all of us this morning. I'm just going to lay out the context for everybody, and then I'm going to hand it over to Karen and Scott. We're so excited to be here. I just want to say that because we love what we do. We don't really get to talk about it to people other than to the residents at Bayview, who know how excited we are because they're just as excited. So, yay, we're happy. We're so happy to talk about this. Internally, we called the name of our presentation Look Closer because it's the name of our most recent film project, and we think there's a lot of meaning in that phrase, and you'll hear it over and over again throughout the presentation. For those of you who were on the webinar about a week or so ago with Greg for the presenters, he talked about 3 little things that we should be thinking about in our presentation and saying things like, it seems to me, I wonder if, I think I will, and if we, it seems to me if we look closer, I wonder if we look closer, I think I will look closer, then we can start breaking through the negative stereotypes of aging, and that's what we're all about. So, how do we do that? Why is that important? For those of you who are following the research, you probably know negative images, negative messages have really poor health impacts. People don't age as well when they think about aging in a negative way. They just don't do as well. But the opposite is also true. So when people have positive images of aging around them, when they think positively about growing older, they have increased longevity, they have better health outcomes, they feel better, it's just better. So how do we do that? How do we shift our mindset? And this is what we do at Bayview. We shift mindsets. And that's how we all got started here. And I just want to talk briefly about that because my time guy is going to cut me off. Anthropology has a concept called liminality. And it's a way to define life stages in cultures. So the limin, we're going to help me.
Now I have to do a picture at a time. Is that cool? Let's do that. All right.
Okay.
Then I can manage.
The limin is the threshold. So in one room, before the threshold, you've got lots of definition about what's going on in that room, and that's a life stage. In the next room, you've got a whole other set of definitions of what's going on, and that's another life stage. The limin is right here. So adolescence, for example, is a liminal stage of life because over here was childhood and all the rules and roles and expectations of being a kid are gone. Over here is adulthood. Well, you're not there yet. You're right here, so you don't have these expectations on you. You're right on the limin. That's a really freeing place to be because you've got no expectations, no roles, nothing holding you back. And there's so much freedom there. And we believe at Bayview, and Scott and Karen believe, and our residents believe that aging, that our elders are in this liminal place because all the expectations from their adult years have dropped away, but that's so powerful. We believe there's so much power in that. We don't know what's out there on the other side of that limin, but they are in this place of freedom. And I just want to tell you, I was thinking about that for myself. Karen and I were having a conversation about a week ago when we were preparing for this talk, and I was just thinking about my life. And I'm in a liminal state because we're being filmed, so I better be quiet about my job. But I'm in a place where I'm really thinking about the kind of the old me as a parent of kids who are now growing older, and in this place in my career where suddenly all the expectations that were on me, when I think about it, they've really kind of passed me. And I'm not quite where I want to be yet. I'm not quite in that, I'm not quite here, but I'm right here, and it's like, wow, that's powerful. And it's a great way to kind of shift your mindset, because there are probably ways in all of your lives you could think about how you're on that limit, on that threshold, and what that can mean for you. For our elders, it means a place of freedom and creativity. That's where creativity lies, because you can't have creativity without that sense of freedom and that ability to take risks and kind of not care. And I want to tell you so quickly, I was reading in the New York Times a couple of weeks ago, and maybe some of you have seen this, Ursula K. Le Guin. Any fans out there? Science fiction writer. She's in her 80s. Fabulous. The Wizard of Earthsea trilogy. Anyway, an amazing writer. The Left Hand of Darkness. All right. So she just won the National Book Foundation's Medal for Distinguished Contribution to American Letters, and her acceptance speech apparently went viral. New York Times covered it, must have gone viral. She was outraged at the publishing industry, right? I think she's 85, I think. So she expressed her outrage at the hegemony of Amazon and Google, and she said, in talking about why she felt free to express her outrage, she said, I'm going to quote her, "A writer in her mid-80s simply has less to lose." She said, "I'm taking risks, but what the hell?" And that's our residents, that's our seniors. It's like, what the hell? Like, I want to be there, right? I can't wait to be there, where I can say, what the hell? I'm going to take risks. That's the power of aging, creativity. It's all there. Scott and Karen came to Bayview really quickly. She was working on an intergenerational project with kids at a school, 6th graders up at the top of Queen Anne Hill, babies at the bottom of Queen Anne Hill. So we got this intergenerational program together with our residents and these kids. And then she started telling me about her friend Scott, who's a filmmaker, and Scott wanted to come in and just kind of document the interactions, right, of the kids and the residents. Sure, that sounds great. Yes, yes, yes. Come on in. The 3 of us met, and I'm telling you, our brains exploded. Did they not? Our brains exploded. And they continue to explode. Because we all had these same ideas about old people. Like, we heart old people. And we love what they're capable of, and we love to look closer at them. Because we love the beauty that we see, and I'm sure you all do, because that's why we're all doing this. Scott was doing movie musical camps with kids, and we said, yes, why not? Let's do it at Bayview. We're going to do a movie musical at Bayview.
And all the non-singers showed up. None of the singers showed up. But it works.
So our first movie was a movie musical. Then we did a science fiction movie. We did a webisode series. We did an animation film. Our last project, Closer. Anyway, it's gotten bigger and bigger. So let me tell you a little bit about budgets. If there's anybody here that's working for a retirement community or an organization or an umbrella group that's trying to put together these types of programs for seniors, I couldn't sell it as an activity because it's an expensive activity, but it's a huge marketing piece, huge. And for the amount we spent, we couldn't buy the kind of publicity we got. We couldn't buy it, couldn't pay for it. We got skipping. All right, this is just kind of an example of Bayview. We had a little Oktoberfest. Our residents they have fun. It's our culture. We really kind of developed this culture over time, and so we created this fertile ground for this type of programming through our philosophy. The movie musical was submitted to a Healthy Aging Film Festival in Seattle. Of course, Seattle's a wonderful kind of hotbed for creative activity, as I'm sure all of you are from too are. So we won an award, we got local newspaper coverage, and we started to get a lot of buzz, and people were like, what's happening at Bayview? There's cool stuff happening at Bayview. And I want to tell you, I was in the lobby the other morning, I told Scott Karen, I was so excited. She's not here, but there was a woman who was sitting in the lobby. She's a a geriatric social worker out of Georgia. And we just started talking. I didn't know she was here for the conference. She didn't know I was here for the conference. So it all came out, and she said, well, you know, who are you? What do you do? I said, oh, I'm Nancy Whitebeck. I work at Bayview. She's like, Bayview in Seattle? Wow, you guys are doing such cool things out there. I'm like, what? You're from Georgia. How did you hear about that? So we're catching attention. We're really capitalizing on social media. The Webisode project we rolled out 1 week at a time to kind of grab the attention of families and friends, and we have these red carpet rollout events that are, the energy in the room is amazing. It's like you imagine if you're a parent when your kids are out there, you know, in their first stage performance or something like that. It's like everybody's heart was so full, and
It's like a newbie Oscars.
yeah,
So,
so we made a big deal. We had big cake and red carpet, and the paparazzi were there, and it just lifted everybody, made everybody feel great. All right, I'm going long. I'm just gonna say, you're great. Paparazzi.
He's the paparazzi.
We've got paparazzi here. We've created a culture. We've created great value out of this type of programming, and I'm gonna pass it to Karen. And I just want to say that this is a little bit of the petri dish that is Bayview, and that these types of projects allow us, most importantly, to smash through expectations, to smash through stereotypes. You'll see a little clip and you go, wow. And it gives our residents an opportunity to express themselves creatively and to take risks in their liminal voices. We love that, and they break free, and it's amazingly powerful. All right, Karen is a psychologist, Dr. Karen Tansey, and she is, yes,
Yeah.
here we go. All right, okay, thank you. Thanks,
First
Nancy.
slide right away.
Sure.
Okay, there you go.
So, welcome to our presentation. We know you had many, many choices, and so we are honored that you chose to be here with us, because we thought we'd have my husband and daughter.
Yeah.
So, thank you.
Yeah, we practice all our speeches, and you too.
So, I'd like to start my portion of the talk with a quote from one of the great portrait photographers from the 20th century, Yusuf Harsh. And he said, "Look and think before opening the shutter. The heart and the mind are the true lens of the camera." And so with that, I believe that our service actually provides the opening, or we open our hearts and minds to the elders that we work with. And in that spirit, we come to this work. So we have the privilege of looking and listening to and honoring these older adults, and we share in the fun of their creativity as well. So it's serious work, and it's a blast, actually. As a way of introduction, my professional background is in clinical psychology with a specialty in neuropsychology. However, I came about this work very organically. As Nancy said, intergenerational project, we met through that. I met Scott through, Scott was teaching my son about acting. And so Scott and I started talking, what if we applied film and these creative classes to an older population? I said, I know Nancy at Bayview, let's, talk to her, and I asked Scott if he would film the intergen work that we were doing. And so, like Nancy said, it just was like dynamite, actually. And so this project has been a true collaboration with Scott and Nancy. Nancy has created a very receptive, environment for this kind of work. This is not typical of retirement homes. I'll just tell you that, because we have, pitched our project, and it doesn't go like it has at Nancy's. I mean, Scott's
Anybody
done.
here from Texas at all? I live in Texas now. There's so much excitement but the minute they go to the life enrichment directors go to their bosses, it's just wall. So yeah, it's different down there.
Yeah.
I don't know how it is for the rest of you, but that's good.
But it's about changing, going to those environments that are fertile, and there are other people like Nancy, I'm sure some of you have that decision-making power in your sense of saying yes to this kind of project. So let's look closer. So using the medium of film allows us to look closer at the older adults participating, and it allows those adults to take a closer look at themselves and to see the talents and the gifts that they have to offer the world. So looking closer is also a powerful, no, that's good.
Oh, sorry.
Step, yeah.
No.
Back up.
You just do this and you want me to.
Okay.
All right.
It's a powerful act, actually. And looking closer to me means to take the time to tune in, to focus the lens of one's awareness, pay kind attention to the details, and then be present for that moment. It's a very mindful way of doing filmmaking. And that's part of the joy that we share in this project. So have you noticed that the more you focus on something, the greater it is in your awareness? So as we look closer at these older adults, we actually see their beauty and their creativity and their vitality. And it gives me goosebumps, actually, because when you look at, often people will see a group of older adults, and I've heard from many of my elder friends, they feel invisible. This is not the case. This just opens up this new way of being in the world, and this new sense of presence. So part of our film philosophy is that we work with people from all different backgrounds. We look for ways to include as many people as possible. And many of our participants have never acted before, or if they have, it's been in years past. They often come with, maybe a day or two here and there. Some people can't go for the duration of the class, but they show up when they can. And there are, people might have limited energy. They may be dealing with cognitive and or physical and or emotional challenges at the time, but they come.
Right, and then I'm just gonna
Yeah.
say, a community like Bayview, where we've got independent, assisted living, and skilled nursing care and memory care, and we've got all levels involved in these projects.
We try to say yes to everybody.
Yeah.
And work with the camera and make sure we incorporate as many people as possible, regardless of what the challenge might be.
And we also take our lens and focus on the strengths and the talents and abilities of these people. We focus on what people can do as opposed to what they can't do. And that's really the power of this film work, because it helps these people transcend their limitations or their perceived limitations, and also the perceived limitations in society. In these films, not only do participants act, and stay with this one.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I know, it can go either way, but
No,
let's
that's
go to
fine.
the next one.
Okay, there you
Yeah,
go.
this is these two pictures, I love these two pictures, Nancy, the creative director at Bayview took these, and it just shows the excitement that we have here.
She's never acted before. She's become our primary recruiter of all her friends and actress, and she had a big, whatever,
Yeah.
a lot
Yeah.
of attention. Anyway.
Right. So these people not only act, but they sing, they play musical instruments, they write songs, they dance, they write scripts and dialogues, they design for the set, they build pieces for the set, they also create illustrations. We had an illustrator for our animated film. They recruit other residents as actors, musicians, dancers. They run the camera, and one has even figured out how to repair a player piano for one of the scenes in the episode. So it's amazing, you know, these people come with all these talents and gifts that often lay hidden and untapped because there's really not an opportunity to express these talents. So,
And filmmaking is really a melting pot for all kinds of things. Anything you can think a person likes to do, whether it's quilting or poetry or anything, it can be a part of the movie.
we incorporate it. Yeah, that's the fun of it.
Yeah.
And you never know who comes into the room, like what their gifts and talents are, and we just say,